A bit of a step up. Um, it was great. It was a great experience actually. The short, it was just a couple of friends, putting together some ideas onto film, and then stepping up from that. We'd have sort of 4 or 5 people involved to 20, 30, 40 people on set at one time was huge. It was great that we were able to get that many people involved and to learn really how to orchestrate these shots where there's so much action going on, there's so many people involved, there's so many things happening at once, and to sort of find the method of how to get it all together when there's all this chaos going was really interesting and a lot of fun. Uh, it was a great step up to really take it from those original 4 or 5 members and then come back and really expand on the story, expand on the whole world, and expand on our characters. Basically, in the short, there's a lot of mystery behind him. He's still, to the viewer, you don't really know where he's come from, why he's in the situation he finds himself in, and the step into the feature, he puts on this mask and he sort of loses himself in there. He becomes more robotic, more primal, more instinctual. Um, there's a lot more inner turmoil, which is explored in the latter parts of the film. You sort of really understand the struggle and understand that, he might be seen as the bad guy or the enemy, but he really is fighting his own inner demons, and there's a real struggle to maintain his humanity and to maintain the person that he once was. And there's certain interactions with certain characters that bring that out, and where he's trying to find what's left of his humanity. Stu took on so much with this new project. It was such a big step up, especially for him, and I think he conducted himself really well. There were points where, he was stressed out and under the pump, but that's sort of what happens when you try to sort of solely run a whole feature film, and I take my hat off to him because he kept everyone in line, he kept everything together, and he was still able to, through all the chaos and madness, still produce some great material. It was a bit of a struggle sometimes with locations and stuff, but everyone had their heart and soul into it. So when one thing sort of seemed like it was going to fall through, someone would come through for us, or we were able to call in a favour. But it was really Stu who kept everything together and really kept the ship going in the right direction. And I think really understood more, or I guess learnt more about acting as well, but and in terms of getting what he wants from his actors, and then also creating much bigger shots, much more intricate storylines, and a much more in-depth script, and everything was just exponentially better than it was in the short, and it was such a great way to sort of establish this world and these characters and everything about it. From the short, we had a couple of sort of little fight scenes, really sort of tight, really sort of simple and basic, choreography. Whereas this, we took out weeks and weeks prior to shooting. We had rehearsals, we had nights where we would just learn choreography, where we would learn fighting techniques, and it really enabled us to put something down on film, which I think was going to look really great. For me physically, it was pretty tough. There were a few days where Julie and I just beat the hell out of each other. I was throwing him across the room 15 times and having to pick him up, and it was exhausting, but those were my favourite days on set and the days I had the most fun. And if we hadn't done those preparation weeks beforehand, then we probably would have struggled more. It was tough because we're not professional fighters, we're not professional stuntmen, but we gave everything we had. And I had rather serious injury at the time, and I guess it really frustrated me that I wasn't able to really push myself to the absolute limit. But I think with what we had and with what I was physically able to do, it will look good. And yeah, it was tough, but I'm happy with the result. And that's the main thing. If you if you give it everything you got and you give it your red hot go, and then you can't be mad about that. Red Sky candidate 5238. Please go and see it. Please check us out. It is going to be awesome. We've put everything we have into it. There's so much soul, so much great energy that was part of this project, and I think it can really go somewhere because we have an amazing cast, we have a great crew, everyone put everything they had into it, and please check it out because it's going to be something special.